Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Cartridge Fun. I wanted to share my finds with you guys for the month of July. I actually came across quite a few NES games, so anytime I find them, always happy to add them to my collection. I did some flea marketing, did some thrift shops, got some games from a coworker, but first I wanted to share what I've been playing. So one of my pickups for the month of July was for the Nintendo Switch, and that's Splatoon 2. I actually don't have any experience with this game. I didn't have a Wii U, so I never got to experience the first one, but definitely happy to kind of dive into this one. I've been playing a lot of online play and just really enjoying the game. It looks really good. The controls are really nice. It's definitely a competitive game. I find myself just one more match. So it's been a lot of fun to check out. I've actually been playing quite a bit of my arcade as well. So I have a small arcade cabinet with some of the classic games that I grew up playing. So it's been fun to kind of play that a little bit more and play these games with free unlimited continues. So I just recently jumped through The Simpsons and just really enjoy that game. That's probably one of my favorite arcade games. So those are just a couple of things that I've been playing. And then as always, I've been doing a lot of Retro Thursdays. So I've been jumping into the NES, and you guys have been seeing those Retro Thursday recaps. I always appreciate that. So let's dive into my recent pickups. The first games that I came across actually came from a coworker of mine. So he has a small NES collection as well, and he anytime he gets doubles, we kind of do a swap. If I have some doubles, if we need them, we typically just give each other the games for free. So the first one I picked up from him was Roger Clemens MVP Baseball. So this actually isn't a great game. Visually, I think it's actually fairly decent. But the gameplay and stuff like that, it just isn't there. Yeah, definitely happy to add that one to my collection. And then the other one I'm just noticing is a pretty dirty copy of Infiltrator. So happy to add these games, and especially for the price of free. So as always, you know, I've said this just a ton of times. Let everybody know what you're collecting. You never know what they have in the closets. You never know if they are a collector as well and they have some doubles. So just always be telling people what you're looking for and what you're hunting. So like I said, I did some flea market shopping and actually came across a few decent items. We typically don't have flea markets around here. We have one that I've shown in past videos, and typically there's just a lot of resellers there. So they're going to be wanting their full retail price. It makes things very difficult for a collector, especially a collector on a budget. So I was happy to kind of go around and find someone that wasn't a reseller. Typically those people just want to get rid of their stuff as fast as possible and typically as cheap as possible. So I definitely found some good things. The first one I picked up, and I was surprised I didn't have this one, and that's the 3-in-1 cart. So this is Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt World-Class Track Meet, and it's pretty good condition. So happy to add that one to my collection. And then this one is a promotional game by 7-Up, and that's Spot. At first I thought this was a platforming game, but it's not. It's a board game style. So I think it's similar to, I think there was a board game called Connect 5 or 7. I don't remember what the board game was, but this is the same style of game. And it's actually not that great. I don't really get too crazy about board game video games. It makes it a little bit tough. But like I said, I thought that was a platforming style game, and I actually was getting that confused with this game. So this is actually a promotional game as well from McDonald's, and this is MC Kids. This one is a platforming style game. It's very similar to, I would say, Super Mario Brothers. It actually looks very similar to Super Mario Brothers as well. So definitely happy to add that to my collection. And then also Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. I don't know much about this game. I actually haven't. I probably played maybe 2 minutes of it. But maybe I'll dive into it a little bit more when I have some more time. And then I did come across a more expensive uncommon game. I wouldn't say rare, but uncommon. I've never actually have seen this game before, and that's Frankenstein, The Monster Returns. So this one I think is typically around that $50 range. So I bundled all these together for, they were just a few dollars a piece. So happy to add that to my collection. This one is a very similar game to Castlevania in a way. It's not as good as Castlevania, but it has kind of that dark feel and just a very, very similar gameplay style. So that's Frankenstein, The Monster Returns. Definitely happy to add that one to my collection. And then I also came across Smash TV. This is an arcade, kind of an arcade port. Really good game. It's a very unique game. It's kind of, this guy is in a game show and he's got to kill all these people. I don't know. It's a very strange storyline, but decent game. This label's a little roached, so if I ever come across another one, I'll do a label upgrade to it. So happy to add that one to my collection, Smash TV. And then the last one that I came across, this one is super... it's not uncommon, but I've seen it a few times. And I think there's a rarer sequel to this one. I'm not really sure. Let me know in the comments down below. I think it's Godzilla 2, but this is Godzilla, strategic style game. Definitely happy to add that one to my collection as well. And then I did some thrift shopping, and I typically never come across much. Sometimes I'll come across a toy or like a promotional item of Nintendo, but it's super rare, uncommon, and I actually did come across a couple of games. Definitely happy to add these to my collection, and they were really cheap. So Caveman Games. I've never played this game. I've heard some really good things about it. I've heard it's an interesting game, so I might take a closer look at this at some point soon. But this is the game I was pretty excited about, and it came in a sleeve with manual and poster, and that's Maniac Mansion. So this game is a point-and-click style game, and it's a very, I think it's an acquired taste. Some people like it, some people don't. From what I've played so far, it's enjoyable. It's weird, it's strange, it's an out there game, but very happy to add that one to my collection. I'm not really sure what that one retails for right now. I think it might be $30. I'm not really sure. Definitely didn't pay that, so happy to add that one to collection. And then a local retro store, I had some trade-in credit, and I was able to pick up a more expensive title, and that's Shatterhand. So this is a Jaleco release in 1991. I actually just did a Retro Thursday recap on this, so you guys can check that down below in the description. I'll put a link. Check that out. It's a really, really great game. It's expensive. I think it's roughly around that $50 range. So I was able to pick it up for $15. Really happy to get this one in really good condition. I've never come across it. I've always wanted to play it and never really had a chance. So definitely happy to add that one to my collection. So those are kind of my finds for the month of July. Typically I do a giveaway, but I really don't have much to give away right now. I have one double in my collection, and I'll just wait till I get a couple of more. So I might do one for the month of August. We'll see. I'll of course put a video up for you guys to check it out. So no giveaway this time, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video nonetheless. Make sure you guys guys check me out on Instagram and Twitter. I'm posting a lot of this stuff ahead of time before I do any videos, so make sure you check that out. It's at Cartridge Fun. And then as always, make sure that you comment, like, subscribe. That always helps me out a ton. And that's all I have for you guys. And I'll catch you guys later.